Hi, this is Vintage Toilets Vermont. Today I'm going to measure the amount of water that the 1954 Eljer Waco uses. But first, I want to show you the new plumbing work, and this of course goes with my last video of the standard bearing urinal. The bearing would be probably right about behind where this sign is. And what I did was change the old half-inch CPVC pipe to 3/4 inch to get a little bit more water through here. Changed it for everything in here, all new. All of the bends and the odd little couplings and things are gone. And here's the water supply that goes into the camp and supplies the urinal, and the drain comes out through here, down around here, and drops into here, joining the main drain. I will measure the water usage the same way I did last year. Turn the water off to the toilet, flush the toilet, and then fill manually with gallon jugs up to the water line. Then I'll turn the water supply back on, hook a tube onto the bowl refill tube, and let that flow into the jug when I flush the toilet. And then we can have an approximate amount of water that this fixture actually uses. So I'll begin by turning off the water. Now we'll have a look inside the tank, and you can see that the water level is right up to the water line. Now I'll flush the toilet. And we can see we have 2.5 inches of water maybe left in the tank. Now I'm going to fill this gallon jug and manually fill the tank. The jug is full, and I'm using this X to measure the water level. I'll say this is 1 gallon. And now we'll fill up the tank. About 1/3, approaching halfway maybe. Here comes gallon number 2. We now have this much space between the water and the water line. And here comes gallon number 3. I'm now up to the water line, and I have this much water left in the jug. When I flushed the water off, the tank dispensed just under 3 gallons of water. Now I'm going to turn the water back on, and I'm going to aim the overflow tube into the jug. I'm going to flush the toilet, and I'll measure how much water comes back. I have the overflow tube aimed into the jug. I'm going to turn the water back on, and now I'll flush the toilet. You hear the water going into the jug. Okay, I'm just beginning to see it here. Okay, the tank is full. This is the amount of water I collected from the refill tube, and this is the amount of water left in the bowl after the flush. And I want to see if this water in the jug fills the bowl up to its correct level. And it does. This is exactly where the water level in this toilet is supposed to be. So I will say this toilet used 3.5 gallons. This was made in 1954. 3.5 gallon toilets didn't become fashionable until the mid-1970s, so this was clearly ahead of its time. Unfortunately, this toilet has plugged twice, and most often needs second flushes in real use. I want to give it another paper test and see just how well it handles it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Watch how the paper sometimes hangs up and doesn't go into the trapway until the tank ball drops. Here goes. That was actually pretty good. But I don't know if you caught that paper hanging up for a couple of seconds. So that concludes this video of the 1954 Eljer Waco and the amount of water that it uses and a paper test. Hope you enjoyed.